Hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to another redeemable VOD review via my Twitch, Tokisorry. Here we have Yarnigan again. They decided to redeem a Plat 1 game where they went Ana because Kiriko and Mercy both were banned, and their comments were they're both banned, so they were giving Ana a try. Let's see if we can give them any tips on how to get better positioning or maybe decision making on Ana. So let's dig right in. I like that you waited a little bit instead of being the first one to get out of spawn. Because sometimes DPS, especially snipers, if they play on this map, they like to play in that little door frame and get a very easy kill from the get-go without anybody noticing. You're just simply walking out of spawn, and next thing you know, there's an enemy widow and she just clicks your face. I like that you're staying far back. You're not in the middle of all the chaos between both of the tanks fighting and just taking extra damage that's really not needed. I would say for Ana, let's go back a little bit. Try and play a little bit behind your DPS. Like here, I think you were a little bit tunnel visioned on the tracer on the right side taking damage, and you can hear here where your soldier takes damage, but because you're a little bit in front of him and you're not looking at him, he unfortunately dies. So the Cassidy on the high ground here. So I would say definitely try to stay behind everyone, and if someone ever dives you, like an enemy Genji, Tracer, or Sombra, try and see if you can play a little bit closer, but always make sure to keep an eye on your team, because unlike Mercy's beam connection, you can't see everyone's HUD on your screen, so you really have to be kind of flicking your attention to them at all times, just making sure that they're not taking chip damage, like this poor guy here about to get deleted by the Cassidy. And unfortunately he does go down. And I'm glad you're letting your team know, like, hey, there's a guy here, please turn around. I also like that you threw anti-nade on your tank. It adds a lot of pressure because they don't have any cleanse ability. It's definitely going to force the enemy ram to use abilities or be forced into backing up and retreating into his team and just giving your team some extra space. But luckily for you guys cap very quickly, and your poor soldier's is fighting for his life out there. Alright, perfect. You're the one pushing cart. Although here, until the cart goes through, you actually don't have to sit on this cart because it'll push forward. You don't have to worry about being the one to push it. You could go right over here where the Moira is and just flank and help your team from there instead of sitting on cart, because that cart will always push through no matter what. That's just the design of the map and the payload. So that's a really good tip for those of you that don't know or didn't know that. The cart just pushes out into the little a garage space area over here. But okay, you guys reset. I think your Tracer should be coming back. She unfortunately got deleted with your last push. Here I would say, oh wait, hold on. Here I would say if your tank and the enemy tank are kind of fighting and no one's really pushing forward here, I would say if no one's on point or on this side, you could sometimes push and maybe play this corner and see if you can get a cheeky little anti-nade. If the team, like if the enemy team is playing here and not here on the high ground, definitely be careful of this Cassidy. but you can always flank and see if you can get a cheeky nade here and then immediately run back to your team, because once that nade is out, it's gonna be nightmarish for you, and they're definitely gonna try and chase you down, because the higher you go, the more people will call that out. I don't know nade, I don't know sleep. But if you can listen to where the enemy is, or where you see your tank and the enemy tank playing from, and if you can get a cheeky nade on them, because they don't have cleanse, that'll be really, really good for your team. Let's see, you have nano. You can definitely tell your tank or soldier that you have it and just let them know, like, hey, I can combo, just let me know. I have it available. Okay, I like it. You nanoed your tank. That'll definitely keep them up. Perfect. They tried to save the enemy tank with Juno ult, but unfortunately it didn't work. I don't know if you were vocal to your team, but I would definitely call out, like, oh, Reaper. Thankfully they got him, but Reaper's trying to flank and go behind us. Please be careful. Here, because the Tracer's on point, I would be like, okay, she's gonna go push it. I would just go high ground. But unfortunately, she got off and you guys are kind of getting pushed here. Here, I honestly would have worried more about my tank, because you guys are getting so pushed heavily on the high ground here. I would have told you, worry more about your tank, because your Moira right here, even though she is taking damage, as we can see on the left-hand side, your tank is more important because she can heal herself. Your Sigma cannot. So I would just be automatically pumping heals into the Sigma. It might not help him get out, but you never know. Every little bit helps. He can get a really nasty rock combo onto someone and possibly get a pick here. I would definitely throw a nade here onto that ram. Oh, nice sleeve. Nice. Well, that's a free pick for you guys. Good work. Oh no, unfortunate for Soldier. Be careful. Oh, yeah, that Cassidy, because he has the high ground there and your Sigma didn't shield, I would say definitely wait until the path has been cleared for you via your tank. If you're not immediately following up close behind him, definitely be careful of DPS that can 2-tap and be on the high ground for Ana, because unlike Mercy, where you can just fly to your teammate and maybe do like some movement where you can just tap the Guardian Angel button and you can look left, right, and kind of shift your hitbox, for Ana, you're just walking in a straight line, and it's a lot harder to get away with things like that because you don't have the same speed as you would on Mercy. Oh my gosh, this ram. Nice sleep again. Nice, good nade. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, they definitely called out that you didn't have sleep there, and they were able to get 2. That's unfortunate. Alright, let's see how this push goes. Hopefully you guys are able to make some room here. Although, you guys are so close to capping. Wait, the Tracer... The Tracer was back capping all this time. That's insane. She was so close too. Wait, I hope you guys get this. I think this will be interesting if you do. Nicely. Although I worry about this Reaper because he's probably gonna Wraith out of, yeah. Honestly here, because my Soldier ulted, I would have chosen to Nano Visor instead of nanoing my Sig. because the ram had fallen back already to go worry about the visor, that you could have just nanoed visor and flicked to your Sigma and just tossed a nade and healed him up. Because I think the enemy ram panicked. Like, oh wait, there's a visor going out. I have to go back and help my team. And maybe the visor could have lived for a little bit longer if that would have happened, but you know, hindsight is 2020. But those are just like some quick ideas that I would have gone and would have been like, okay, my Sigma can maybe live if I nade him, but this nano visor has to happen. I like the cheeky little orb here. Very nice, just to get some extra damage and ult charge in the beginning. Although unfortunately I think that orb went to Narnia. Oh, nice. Good skill orb. You got a very good pick on the enemy Lifeweaver. They have a support down. I doubt they will be able to properly push here. Be careful of fading into fights like that. Especially with a Cassidy. Because if he wasn't low, he definitely could have pushed into your team and done some heavy damage. Oh, unfortunate. Here's hoping that you guys hold them here. You do have longer range DPS, so they're able to be about even, if not slightly better with an enemy's Reaper. Although you might have to keep an eye and maybe do some DPSing like you are. Nice. Good job helping your Sojourn. Because I think she was a little bit startled with the Reaper teleporting. Here, I would definitely send a damage orb into the backline instead of the tank. I would have just sent a damage orb over here to kind of pressure their supports. If anything, maybe do some damage on the Lifeweaver, because the Juno is pretty well protected with the Cassidy being here. As he's going to high ground, I doubt that we would have been able to do much there with the Cassidy watching over the Juno. But as long as you guys are like pumping damage into the Ramatra, you also have to distract the supports in some way, shape, or form with Moira. You have to put some pressure on the supports, otherwise they're just going to keep pumping heals over and over and over into the tank. Oh, nice. Good pick. I like it. I like your idea. You're definitely visualizing like, oh wait, where are the supports? I need to go find them and search for them. But so far so good. I like it. You have the right idea. It was just unfortunate that everyone was backing up at that moment and you weren't able to capitalize on doing damage to the supports. Here, I would definitely call out to my Ana. Be careful of Reaper flanking you. Because he can just as easily dive her, if not teleport to the high ground where my soldier is. But nice job pushing up with the Junker Queen. I think your DPS are looking for the Reaper right now. Yeah, I hear him. Oh my. Oh, nice. Everyone survived.
May I?
Very good job.
My ultimate is charged.
Your miscalculations will cost you everything.
Oh, unfortunate.
Surrender to my will.
Oh, nice. Oh, you almost had him. Oh, careful. I don't even know where he is. Is he on top of the boxes, maybe? Nice work trying to stabilize your tank. Although it's going to be very scary trying to keep her up because she's taking so much damage. Nice work trying to balance out your healing and damage to keep everyone up. It was just unfortunate that the Reaper dropped and ulted your team, but So far, nice work. Trying to stay alive and fading at the right time.
Great minds are always persecuted.
All hail the Queen!
It's go time.
Stop the payload!
Unfortunate. Yeah, I think just the range there. I don't think you would have been able to do much for the Sojourn. She was just unfortunately caught out of position there. Nice work keeping your tank up. Oh, unfortunately, your Ana died. There's really not much here you can do. Just try and DPS this Tracer out of the back line if you can. But at that point, it's either touch or they cap for free. Wait, what? What the heck was that game? Oh my goodness, that's so unfortunate. I think you guys just got super unlucky. Because as soon as the Reaper ulted on high ground, you guys were just absolutely steamrolled. But yeah, I don't think there's much to comment on here. Really good job on keeping your tank up here. I don't think there's anything much you could have done. Because you can't really control the situation of what's happening up here. And you were just trying to keep your tank up as these two ults were happening. Okay, so let's see. Okay, yeah, your team just fumbled. Yeah, this is out of your control. You were trying to do your best, trying to keep everything in order. Yeah. Your Sojourn just unfortunately got deleted, and your Ana unfortunately drops here and gets deleted by the Reaper instead of staying on high ground and healing your tank. Honestly, if your tank had the Ana heals up here instead of her dropping, I'm pretty sure you guys would have at least held until you guys got back, because that Reaper is going to be forced to either focus your tank and possibly get deleted by your soldier or Sojourn, because she's popping out right now. If Ana's sitting up here, and this goes for anyone trying to learn Ana, if you're ever Ana and you know that the Reaper is somewhere close to you and the Reaper is underneath you, please do not drop down to them. You want to have as much range away and as much distance as possible from the Reaper so that you're not just, you know, waving a little white flag above your head like, please come kill me, I have no mobility. The best course of action would be for her to stay up here and just throw some healing on your tank, and then possibly if the Reaper's out of position and, you know, trying to be sneaky here, possibly he could have died to your Sojourn with ult or your soldier. But I really don't understand why she dropped. I think this game was just super unlucky and out of your control. There's nothing you can do about your Ana dropping and basically giving a free kill to the Reaper. But as always, if you have any other questions, make sure to drop them down in the comments. And I hope to see you guys on my Twitch streams. I stream Overwatch pretty much every weekday, and sometimes we do viewer games on Saturdays. So if you guys would like to join those, please make sure to stop by my Twitch, twitch.tv/tokisori. But thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye!